I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. I left himself. Where's my ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hail him high, hail the black king, born the 23rd of July. So tell them guy, who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time, them a try. Them Romans, though them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come spread out them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them, in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them, in Toronto, straight at Italy.
In comes the Rastafari Coral Garden Benevolent Society to address this atrocity. Give us the history. How did the Rastafari Coral Garden Benevolent Society form? And then we'll talk about the battle that they had them wage against the government to get some type of recognition and apology.
All right, so the Rastafari Coral Gardens Benevolent Society is a development out of the first you had an agitation committee, all right? Mm-hmm. And there are brethren who are around still and some are not still, who were part of that agitation committee, right? Junior Manning is always singled out as a
Sister J.
person who Sister J, yes, who was behind the agitation for the government to give some kind of redress. And so then after some years,
was this coming out to the Nyabingi House, this committee, or was it?
Yes, because Junior Manning was a Nyabingi representative. And,
I knew
most
Junior
of the brethren were part of that movement in the agitation committee. Yes.
Okay.
And then you had then after Junior Manning passed, and you get a little bit a slowing down of activities, then a reorganization again, and the Coral Gardens, the Rastafari Coral Gardens Committee was formed. Now, so we're looking at from the 90s coming up. There are different groups of brethren have been agitating for the government to redress, do something to really compensate for what took place.
Yes.
Because it was a state-ordered persecution.
Persecution, of course.
Yes. And so then the Rastafari Coral Gardens Committee came about, and I became a member of the committee in 2013.
Okay.
And we, at that time, we were meeting at the Nyabingi Center. And then we started to discuss that we needed to register an organization that would be recognized by the government, and so that the government would take us more seriously when we try to represent on behalf of the community. So we went through a series of discussions. We went through a draft constitution for the organization, and we had extensive discussion to see what form the registration should take place, until we eventually decided that it would be a benevolent society because of the work that we're doing, the welfare work that we have been doing over the time, where every year we would assist the elders in the community. After every commemoration event, we would try to put together a package for the survivors, and we would do whatever assistance we have that we are capable of in terms of our limited finances.
Okay.
So we decided that it would be a welfare organization that we would register. And so we registered as Rastafari Choral Garden Benevolent Society in 2015.
Okay.
So we started to work more assiduously now at getting a public defender report, because the public defenders, different public defenders from even from the time of the first public defender, they have been always been approached trying to, you know, to get that office involved. Some of these survivors even went to the office on their own and gave their own statements. But in 2015 now, we from between 2013 and 2015, the organization Rastafari, the committee, all right, put on the commemoration, and they invited the then public defender Witter, and he
Yes.
came and addressed the organization, the gathering, and really impressed upon the agitation, the committee, that it is important to get as many statements from survivors as possible. So Bongo Joe, Ras Ivy, and many more, Ras Ige, Ras Flacco, all those persons who were working in that early movement, that early part of the movement, they mobilized the survivors, and the Office of the Public Defender sent down investigators to the Nyabingi Center, and they were interviewed, and so and their statements were recorded at that time, right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is based upon those statements now that the Benevolent Society, at that the stage where we were registered as a Benevolent Society, we started now to press for the public defender to put out a report based upon the statements that they have received.
Yes.
And that took us a couple of years, you know. And then in 2015, the Office of the Public Defender put out a report finally, and we say, okay, good. Now that we have a public defender's report, which is supporting all that the survivors, after their investigations, they have supported what the survivors were saying, and they realized that the atrocities were indeed committed against innocent people who had nothing to do with the incident in 1963.
Yes.
And their lives have been disrupted, and they need to be compensated. And even, you know, so the public defenders made some strong recommendations that the government should apologize, that cash compensation should be paid to the living survivors and their offspring, and reparations should also be given to the community. And the public defender recommended that as part of community reparations, a museum, because we had recommended that, you know,
Okay.
right, that a museum be set up for preservation of our history. And the public defender's report also recommended that ganja be made whenever the ganja laws were fully freed up, that the Rastafari community should have access to a free license, and that the government should assist a Rastafari cooperative to produce ganja and even export ganja, right? So those were the recommendations, you know, in summary, really, of the public defender. So having had the public defender's report in hand now, we now started to get even more serious on the agitation for the government to apologize.
Okay.
And so we conducted marches, rallies, radio and television interviews, and every time the commemoration is coming around, then the public would be public education drives. We had public meetings in different parishes, and all towards pressuring for an apology and for compensation to be paid to the survivors and reparations to the community.
Yeah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about embrace many. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, well, through the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood. But when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me nah budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start